historical context matters. Historical context matters. We can't just take facts out of thin air without context and try to add meaning to them. That would be making really bad history. So take a look at this clip from the illustrious historian and epidemiologist RFK and see if you can spot the context that is missing from his historical analysis, which makes the entire claim bunk.
When my uncle was president, the fertility rate in this country was 3.5%. Today, it is 1.6%. The replacement rate, in other words, the amount of fertility that you need in order to keep your population even, is 2.1%. We are below replacement.
So did you catch it? The historical context that is just missing in his analysis? I'll give you a hint. When was John Fitzgerald Kennedy president? Well, he was elected in November 1960, meaning he took office in 61, and then he was assassinated in 63, coming up on the 64 election, which means he was president from 1961 to 1963, which is infamously during the baby boom. The baby boom, when a century of declining birth rates abruptly reversed themselves, and we had the massive generation born between 1946 and 1964, of which RFK Jr. is one of those boomers. And he was born in 54. That is the baby boom. Americans of all racial, ethnic, and religious groups, of all socioeconomic classes and education levels, all brought the marriage and birth rates up in this time frame and the divorce rate down. So this infamous demographic spike after World War I, a depression, and World War II, right? We have this massive boom in population afterwards. That is what he's comparing us to in 2025. No wonder we seem low. Also, if you're really just worried about population, you would maybe, I don't know, support immigration, unless there was some other reason why you didn't want those people here. So, yeah, when you hear a politician or anybody else take a historical fact out of thin air and try to make this big self serving argument about it, just remind yourself